Hi readers, this is Schreiber. Today I wanted to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about the inspiration for my latest book, Emily's Next Chapter. For those of you who have been following me or who have read some of my other books, you know that this is my first fiction novel. And it is probably categorized best as a contemporary romance or a late in life romance about starting over. But that's really not what I had set out to write when I first started thinking through this book. If you know me, you know that I became a stepmother a few years ago. I also have 2 older children, and I wanted to write about the love between a stepmother and her stepchild. And I feel like there's this stigma out there about stepmothers and that evil stepmother, but really not a lot of great stories about how these relationships can be super positive. That's really what I set out to do, but as I started writing the book, I realized that that story was secondary and the primary story was between the main female and male character and their love story and what it's like to come together later in life. And it's not the same as when you fall in love in your teens or 20s and you grow up together. When you get together in your 40s, 50s, or later, you're bringing a whole history with you. Not necessarily baggage, but a history. And that means you might be set in your ways. Your health might not be as good as it was 20 or 30 years ago. Your financial situation's a whole lot different. You're probably independent and you don't have that need to lean on somebody else. And so that's really the story I wanted to tell, is how you can bring all those things together that are happening in your life in those later years and still find a way to connect with that person you're meant to be with. And then of course that beautiful story between the stepmother and this new stepchild in her life. So thank you so much for following me, for watching my videos, for your pre-orders of Emily's Next Chapter. This is available for pre-order on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It is going to be showing up in a lot of independent booksellers across the Twin Cities as well as the Midwest and other states starting on May 20th. And of course, if you've been following along on my Instagram, you know that my book tour starts on May 29th. So thank you for your support, and I do hope you love this book, reading it as much as I did writing it. Thanks.